Hey Newman, my name is CosmicDomino, and I make YouTube videos, and I have about 340 subscribers, and I was wondering if you guys could hook me up with a free U87. Yes, I'm aware that it's $3,500. Yeah, but here's the thing, I can review the mic, I give you guys a good review, then you guys can hook me... Oh, I gotta go. I'll call you back. Okay. That was, Anyways, I'm CosmicDomino. Welcome to a brand new video. And you guys are probably wondering what's in these boxes. Or probably not, because I probably said what the product is in the thumbnail and the title of the video, but that doesn't matter. Let's unbox these things because I'm really excited. Alright, we are in unboxing mode. This is the first time I've really done this in like a long time. So, forgive the amateurness, plus, the lighting in here isn't the best. I'm sorry for this, light spot right there, but, anyways, I decided we should probably unbox the microphone last, so I'll just kind of quickly go over the other things I bought, and, open those first, because I'm really excited. So this is the most exciting part of this unboxing. Wait until you see what this is. Alright, and, alright. And this is... Oh, that's it? Could've sworn there's gonna be more in here. Anyways, yeah, this is just the XLR cable because the microphone doesn't come with one. Just a standard one, 6 foot. And, yeah, we'll need that for later. Up next, we have two products. One being our mic stand, which may or may not fit this microphone correctly. Honestly, we have to find out the hard way, maybe. Who knows? Or maybe we'll get lucky. Got some air bubbles there. And last but not least, the pop filter. Alright, so I already have two pop filters. One of them I can't really attach to that stand. The other one I can, but it has a hole in it. I'll show you real quick. I attach it to this desk lamp, because it doesn't really clamp onto the Yeti very well. But, do you see this hole? It's more on this side. I have some tape kind of covering it. And it works because I use two pop filters, so this is kind of an added barrier. But I felt if we're gonna get a new microphone and all this cool stuff, I figured might as well get a new pop filter with it as well. Anyways, this shouldn't be anything too exciting right here. All right. Yep, just a standard pop filter. I'm just now starting to realize I'm making this look like I've never unboxed anything before and I'm being annoying about it. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a pretty nice pop filter actually. A lot nicer than the one I just showed you. If that didn't have a hole. This part is nicer. I like this clamp more. Even though it kind of squeaks a little. If you can hear that. Well, that's okay. You won't really be hearing it once it's attached. But yeah, it's a pretty nice pop filter. The pop filter, actually I'll go over prices next, but alright, let's do the stand real quick, and then we'll get to the two exciting things of this unboxing. And if you heard that rumbling, that was my stomach. I have not eaten today, that was a mistake. Alright, so, looks like we have our clamp right here. Cool. Pretty standard. This clamp's a little more heavy duty than I figured it'd be, so things are looking better. Because this is a pretty decently weighted microphone we have here. Alright, now let's just get the stand out. Alright, cool. Fun fact, Newer actually asked me to be the model for this picture, and I decided, you know what, that's not how I do things, so yeah, I didn't go for it, but in the grand scheme of things, I probably should have. Alright, looks like we have a little manual thing there. We don't do that here in the CosmicDomino studio. Anyways, this is nothing exciting. This is a, I believe, $12 stand from Amazon. Sure be a fine stand, for this type of microphone. We'll see. I'm kind of risking it, but I've seen some people use it with, the Yeti, including the pop filter, or not the pop filter, the shock mount that comes with the Yeti, and that's pretty heavy. I've seen one person do it, and it was kind of even his stand didn't handle it very well, but I mean, it did for the most part, so This should be okay. Alright, let's unbox the thing everyone's been waiting for. This is our Scarlet interface, the Focusrite, or the Focusrite Scarlet interface. Probably should have said that. And here's the Bluebird itself. There we go. So I guess we'll unbox this real quick and then the Scarlet interface. And yeah, we'll do a little test to see how good this mic sounds. Alright, so this box is pretty cool. It has some words on it, but I'm guessing you guys don't really care about those words. So let's just, this thing just slides right off. Let's just do that real quick. Alright. This box is definitely worth keeping, so be careful. But yeah. So, let's get to the most exciting part of this unboxing. We have a nice little blue logo right there. Let's see, how does this unbox? Looks like we have some tape. Always remember to cut away from yourself, unless you know what you're doing. Alright, cool, cool. I've been waiting over a week to do this. Oh, that is amazing. Alright, so it looks like we have a little blue manual right here. Doesn't matter. In this box, Alright, let's take the microphone out. This is an actual wooden box right here, so that's really neat. And in here, if I can get this out, move this box out of the way, my bad. Alright, this thing right here is the shock mount. Right here. This is a discount card from looks of it. This is a blue sticker. Alright, yeah. Let's move this stuff. And right here, shock mount. And oh boy, I am having doubts with that stand because this is a pretty heavy shock mount itself. Yeah, this is not a joke. Yeah, it's pretty heavy itself. But yeah, this is the shock mount. This is really neat. Got the blue logo right here. So yeah. Alright. Now let's do what we've all been waiting for, including myself. Are you ready? Nice. Man, that was amazing. Here is a certification card. This card means it was actually tested and all that good stuff to know for sure that your microphone is good and that it should be fine. I don't know. Alright, let's get this off. Got some silica gel in there. That's fine. Here's the mic itself. And man, I do not kid. This mic is pretty heavy, not gonna lie. Wow, I sound like an amateur. My bad, everybody. I'm just like a 12-year-old child here. I am beyond excited. And here it is in all its beauty. Man, this thing. We got some switches right here. This is to have a little low or high pass filter right there, I believe. And that is to reduce, you know, the incoming signals, I guess, by 20 decibels if you're recording something really loud. Here's the capsule itself, obviously, and that's where you plug it in. And here's a little plate they put on. So, yeah. This is... wow. Okay, after I spent a whole minute just gazing at it, I'm going to put it back in here for right now. And let's unbox the interface real quick. Alright, when I first got this package, I opened everything to make sure it was all in here. Just the boxes themselves, not the actual product boxes. And I got this, I was like, whoa! Does the interface even come with its own box? Sorry, I bumped the camera right there. And sure enough, it did. That's fine. So nothing fancy. This is just a Scarlet Solo. Oop. So it only fit one mic port and one instrument port. So yeah, sorry if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about at all. I tend to do that. Alright, there's some stuff in there. So first we have our USB cable. It's the standard one you see on like printers, or the Blue Snowball even has this port. And here is the interface itself. Now this interface is absolutely beautiful. It just looks amazing. It's basically full-on metal, so it doesn't feel cheap at all. And alright, here we go. Here's the interface. This thing is amazing. We have our monitor volume knob, and that's for if you plug in headphones. This is for direct monitoring. I believe that's just to have that on or off for this, the headphone jack. This is for if you plug in a guitar. Or I think certain mics plug in through there too. I'm not sure. I believe so. That's why you have the line feature. And then if it's like a guitar, have our instrument switch right here. And here is just the gain knobs. The gain knobs. That sounds weird. Basically, how much volume you're picking up from like the microphone. Here's the button to turn on phantom power. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'm gonna start setting everything up. And yeah, so I've been contemplating where I should even set up the mic stand. Either like right there, or maybe right there, or right there. I decided for the sake of this video, and probably for the beginning, I'm gonna attach it right here. And if I feel I want to move it to the back, because usually I have a little more stuff like our PlayStation right there. Excuse me. So we'll figure that out in the future, but for now I'm gonna set it up there, and yeah, let's do this. Alright, so the stand is pretty easy to set up. I'm just gonna set up the clamp right now and put it under my desk. Alright, that's nice and tight on there. And the stand kind of attaches by friction, I believe. So it just kind of goes into there. It has a, not necessarily, it actually has a screw back here, my bad. I was thinking of the Rode PSA 1. I think I tightened that up. Alright, so the stand isn't the longest, so I might end up setting it up in the back eventually. But, I don't know. This should be fine. But as you can see, it barely kind of reaches where my mouth would be. But we'll figure that out in a moment. But yeah, first let's take off this part. And we will set up our shock mounts. So the shock mount also comes with a little adapter. And this is what you use to attach to certain things. But yeah, I believe we need this longer one. I'm not sure. Nope, we definitely need an adapter. But I thought I'd at least show you guys the adapter it comes with, just in case. Alright, so this just screws in now. And yeah, it's not too complicated. Okay, so far the stand is holding up. So let's just put the mic in. We'll see how this goes. Now I believe this just screws on from the looks of it. Alright, that's all attached. Now as you can see here, it's going down like this, but that seems to be the shock mount itself. So I believe I could just tighten it up. And we're good to go. The stand seems to be able to handle the mic just fine for the most part. But yeah, I'm actually glad this stand seems to be handling this mic for the most part correctly. And now I should be able to kind of smooth it out of the way if I want to. Yeah, that seems to work just fine. Perfect. I was skeptical it worked, but it seems to be working just fine, so that's A-okay. Alright, before I plug everything in and set it all up, I thought I'd attach the pop filter right now. Alright, everything's set up. Now to set up the interface. Alright, now it's as easy as disconnecting these cables. Alright, now we'll plug this into the computer. And it should be, for the most part, plug and play, but I'll make sure I install the drivers and whatnot. Alright, now the interface has the website you can go to and install the drivers. So I'm going to go do that right now. So yeah, be back in a jiff. Alright, so now we have the Bluebird setup and the interface setup. All I needed to do was go on the internet and install the drivers. And then when you install the drivers, you have to restart the computer. But yeah, I did all that, and now we're good. Now I'm going to be testing this thing. Right now you're hearing me through my phone's microphone, if that wasn't obvious. So yeah, and I'm going to start playing audio through the mic now. And for all you people who are making videos and want to do like videos like this, wondering, how do I sync up my audio with this microphone? I do something called the clap technique. I learned this from Barnacles, and it goes a little something like this. Now, when you're in your editing program, on the audio of this microphone and this microphone, you'll be able to see three large spikes, and those three spikes are obviously the clapping, and then it's easy to just sync them up from there, and your audio setup. So, now, we are on my microphone. Now, alright, so you guys are going to be able to hear me on the Bluebird. Let me know how it sounds. I previewed it a little bit, and it sounds pretty good. There's just two things. One, it sounds pretty quiet. I still have to go through my settings and figure all that out. So, all I did was adjust this gain knob. But that's about it. So, yeah, I might turn up the audio a little bit through editing. But other than that, this is completely clean. No compression, just turning up the audio a little bit. And no fanciness, just the mic itself. I don't have any of these fancy switches on to enable the high pass filter or to turn down 20 decibel switch thing. I don't think. So yeah, I hope this sounds good. I'll kind of show you the interface real quick, and I'll show you the second thing I had to do to kind of get this set up. So yeah, I'll see you there. Alright, so the interface was easy to set up. I plugged it in, and then I installed the drivers online, restarted my computer. And what you do from there is I connected the XLR from my microphone to the interface. And what you do from there is you press this button, that 48 volt button. What that does is it provides your microphone with phantom power, so it can actually power up the microphone and work with it. If you don't have an interface that has phantom power, or if you don't have a fancy a phantom power box, then you won't really be able to use this microphone. Now, this is the Scarlett Solo interface. This was $100 on Amazon, and it's a pretty good deal because, obviously you get the interface, you get the phantom power, and you get a place to plug in a guitar. And here's the best part. This is the gain knob right here, right? You turn it up and down. And as you see, when I'm talking to my microphone, you can see that it's green, okay? And I'll probably put the mic back on so you can hear what's going on. Now, if I turn up this gain knob, let's say I turn up too much, now you can see that I'm clipping on here, also on Audacity. But if you're doing something where you can't actually see that you're physically clipping on Audacity, well, you have your knob here. And you can just turn it down until it stays green. So hello, 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 hello. Alright, yeah, that sounds good now. I leave it about 1 o'clock. So, yeah, it's as easy as that. And you guys need to, if you don't know any tech-savvy stuff, basically, when you're recording with one microphone, this microphone is a mono source, okay? So, I'm going to stop this recording. Now, to set it up, I'm on Audacity. Oh, I should actually let you guys see it. So, I'm on Audacity, right? Right here, my microphone input is the Scarlett interface. That's obvious. That's where the microphone goes. But usually, when you're on Audacity, it's on this setting called 2 stereo. Or that just means it's a stereo recording. And basically, it would mean that you're recording with 2 microphones, technically, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. My bad. So what I had to do... So when I was recording in this mode, I was only recording in the left channel. So I need to play around with my settings and figure out how to fix all that. But to fix it, all I did was put it on mono. Now it's a mono source, and it recorded, the audio in both left and right ears. Now I'm going to do a quick comparison of the 2 microphones. Right now I am using the Blue Yeti. Let me know how it sounds. As you can tell, the Bluebird has a nice crispness to it that I like. And there's not as much kind of static background noise in the background. Anyways, I'm using the Yeti with no alterations other than the fact I have a pop filter on, but I'm using a pop filter for both microphones, so I guess that doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm going to switch to the Bluebird now. Alright, now I am on the Bluebird. Alright, so my head is about at the same distance my Yeti was in. And you have to give the Yeti one thing. The one reason why I might hear some extra static in the background and all kinds of other weird janky noises is because my Yeti actually sits on my desk itself, as opposed to the Bluebird, which has a scissor arm. Now that's obviously going to make a little bit of a difference, but I think it's clearly what microphone is the winner here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I had a lot of fun unboxing this thing. I'm CosmicDomino, and I'll see you guys next time.